Yo, 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 it's your boy, Big Mike Raider. And we got a special one for you today. We're at day 22 of the 30 days, 30 prospects feature, where today we're covering University of Kentucky running back Ray Davis. This is a special one, guys. You don't want to miss it.
Have they ever seen another like me living giant type step in your house and put my head on your ceiling? Climbed out of the bottomless pit to let the truth slip and slide off my tongue and swine dive off my lips. No longer holding on, I'm tired of applying the grip. Forget the fancy shiny rappers, I'm supplying the gifts. I feel it's only right to tell you that I'm going in.
Hey, what's going on? It's your boy, Big Mike Raider, writer and contributor for Planet Raiders. Guys, you know the drill at this point. Full article and full breakdown is on planetraiders.com. You guys don't want to miss this one. You guys don't want to miss any of the ones before that. Get your information on these 2024 draft prospects from planetraiders.com, the one and only, guys. Make sure you support planetraiders.com and check this one out. And let's get into it. Day 22, 30 days, 30 prospects. We're about a week away from the draft, guys. We're getting close, and we're in those mid-round picks. Today, we're talking about Ray Davis, running back from the University of Kentucky. So when I got into doing the research for Ray Davis, I didn't know what to expect. I didn't really know anything about him. I just knew what he did on the field. I knew that he was what he brought to the table, what he did with the University of Kentucky. But I didn't know his background story. I didn't know what, kind of he went through up to this point. Usually you hear guys, they went through the high school route or JUCO route. Sometimes they have a certain star rating, and then, they make it to college and matriculate in that traditional way. And then boom, they're an NFL draft prospect. Ray Davis has a unique story, a special story. Guys, this guy, he's been through some serious adversity at this point. He's been through some trials and tribulations, and I'm a big fan of his. At the end of my research for him, this is a kid that was born in San Francisco. He has 14 other siblings, and he grew up on the streets. He grew up homeless, in and out. He was a state of the ward of the state, and didn't have really anywhere to stay. When he was 9 years old, he was taking care of his sister. He was walking his siblings to school, and he grew up really fast. His dad was in prison. His mom was in and out of his life. He had some tough situations. It was at a point where he was like really trying to find shelter and somewhere to stay, and it was just a lot of people saying, no, we're not taking you, or we can't take you. He would end up staying at his grandmother's house. And then the people that were what are those? The protective services would come to the house and really check on that house, the grandma's house, and he would deny, hey, I do have a room to stay, just to prevent from going into the foster care system. Unfortunately, he got to that point where he was under foster care, him and his other siblings, and the ones that he was taking care of. And there was times where he was offered a home, but they didn't want to take his brothers and sisters, so he refused. That says a lot about his character at a young age. Things turned for the good for him at around the age of 12. He was 12 years old. He reached out to one of his his favorite teachers and really asked if he can stay with that teacher. The teacher said yes. Even though that teacher had lived in like a 1-bedroom apartment in San Francisco and was getting ready for a wedding. He reached out to this teacher, and the teacher ended up taking him in, not just for a couple of days, but lived there for 3 years. So that saved him from about 12 to 15 years old. In that point, he was getting more into sports. He was getting more into playing basketball. He was a good basketball player. He played AAU basketball, traveling team. And one time he was at the AAU practice or whatever, and they're having a game, and one of his teammates, the mother of his teammate, offered to take him home. So the mom was kind of asking a bunch of questions. Where do you live? What's going on with your living situation? And kind of just shrug it off. And he didn't want to really let people know, let people in what was going on. Eventually, he broke and, let them know. And this woman took him in and he became a part of the family. And then from that point at age 15, he got an opportunity to take his athletic skills because he was, supremely athletic at 15 years old. Took those skills along with her actual son and go across the country and play in New York at a really strict high school academy, is like a prep school, where he played 3 sports: track, football, and basketball. But football is where he found his stride, right? Where he took care of business in high school and got a scholarship to Temple University. Went to Temple University, did his thing for 2 years, and then transferred to Vanderbilt for a better opportunity at the D1, kind of a higher echelon of D1, playing in the SEC. Went to the SEC, played at Vanderbilt 2 years, took care of business. 21 season, he got hurt, toe injury. 2022, he came back and rushed for over 1,000 yards, breakout season. His 5th year of eligibility as a senior, went to University of Kentucky and took over. Second team SEC, all SEC at the running back position, 21 total touchdowns, and his draft stock is at an all-time high. Guys, I'm not gonna lie to you, this is a guy who is I'm rooting for him. I'm rooting for him regardless of where he goes. This guy has seen enough adversity. He was living on the streets. He was rejected by families. His mom and dad had some issues. But, even despite that, he still has love for his parents. He still has love for his dad particularly. And, just a high, good character dude, a guy who's really has been through the ringer at this point, and he deserves everything that he is going to get, particularly in the NFL and an opportunity to be an NFL star. That's what I wanted to share with you guys before we get into the football stuff, right? I do want to shout out The Athletic, and I'm going to post it at the bottom for their excellent article. They did an interview with Ray Davis talking about his life story. I read up on it, and it was excellent, man. It paints the picture exactly kind of what he went through and where he was going and how he was feeling at the time, and breaks it down from childhood all the way up to the point where he was playing in college football at an elite level. So right there below you is The Athletic. That is the link right there, guys. If you guys want to check it out, it's right there below. I'm going to drop it in a second, but that article is excellent. It kind of gives you a good depiction on who Ray Davis is. Excellent kind of kid, man. High standing individual, and I'm rooting for him. But guys, let's jump into some of his PFF stats, right? 2022 with Vanderbilt, 82.7 PFF grade in 12 games, 233 rush attempts, 1,044 yards on 4.5 yards per carry, 5 touchdowns, and 29 receptions on 169 yards. So dual threat. This is a guy who can get it done on both ends, passing and receiving. Running and receiving. So 2023, in his 5th year with Kentucky, absolute breakout season, second team all SEC, 87.5 PFF overall grade in 13 games played, 197 carries, 1,131 yards, 5.7 yards per attempt, and 32 receptions for 324 yards, 21 total touchdowns, guys. 2023 comparables, rushing grade 91.4, amongst the best. Zone grade when it comes to running the ball, 77.3, nothing to slouch about. Gap grade 91.6, excellent. Elusive rating 96.6, nothing to slouch about at all either. He's on that upper echelon of that score amongst his peers in college football. Yards after contact per attempt, 3.81, formidable. That's a guy who can break the tackles, has explosive speed, and can do both, receive and run the ball in between the tackles. So that is his numbers from PFF in a nutshell. Now, let's talk about some of the draft placement, where they have him. And a shout out to NFLDraftBuzz.com. They have the table right there. I love referring to this. You guys know how I feel about it. So shout out to those guys. Bleacher Report has him at 95 overall. Yahoo Sports has him at 98. PFF at 102. Draft Buzz at 107. MDDB 113. NFL.com 116. And ESPN at 118. So, hey, if you really take away that 95 overall, it being kind of that outlier, the rest of those numbers really average out to almost about 112, which is where we pick in the fourth round. That is the sweet spot for picking up a Ray Davis, around the 112. I don't think we have to move up. I don't think we have to move back to pick him up. He is right there. He would fit in early on in a situation to where he can kind of sit back and watch, put him in certain packages, and a running back by committee style type of offense. And, you know, in the future, be side by side with a Zamir White as a number one, a 1-2 punch, a running back that can do both as far as, you know, catching the ball out of the backfield and running in between the tackles. So, guys, let me know what you think about Ray Davis in a nutshell, his draft stock, his PFF grades, and his story. It's an excellent story. He's an excellent kid. I'm rooting for him, and I hope you guys do the same as well. But here's the full breakdown of the video. And, guys, buckle up. Ray Davis had immediate success at his first stop at Temple University. His 2 seasons with Temple, Davis ran for 1,244 yards and 9 touchdowns, then opted to enter the transfer portal, where he decided to attend Vanderbilt. After suffering a season-ending toe injury after 3 games during the 2021 season, Davis had a breakout year in 2022, rushing for 1,042 yards on 4.5 yards per carry, with 169 yards receiving and 8 total touchdowns. Davis hit the transfer portal once again to finish his collegiate career with Kentucky, where his stock rose to a personal high, rushing for 1,129 yards and 21 total touchdowns, earning second-team All-SEC honors. One of Davis's most notable strengths is his versatility. Davis poses a diverse skill set that allows him to contribute in various facets of the game. He's not only a proficient runner, but also a capable receiver out of the backfield, adding another dimension to his team's offensive arsenal. Davis's speed and agility has to also be mentioned on this list of highlighted strengths. One of Davis's most notable attributes is his speed and agility, which enables him to evade defenders and break away for big gains. His quickness and elusiveness make him a formidable threat in open space. Davis also demonstrates exceptional vision and instincts as a ball carrier, allowing him to identify running lanes and make decisive cuts to exploit gaps in the defense. His ability to anticipate the flow of the game enables him to maximize yardage on each carry. There are some notable weaknesses, however. Davis at times shows deficiencies in pass protection, particularly when it comes to stifling the blitz. Despite these areas for improvement, Davis possesses the raw talent and potential to make a significant impact. The Raiders should not hesitate in taking the young journeyman on and off the field at 112 overall, giving him a permanent home in Vegas and with Raider Nation. Playing on a limited role early on in a running back by committee type of offense will extend his career while giving him the time to learn and sharpen his skills to play alongside Zamir White in the future. That is Ray Davis in a nutshell, guys. Let me know what you think about him, guys. I really love this guy, man. I think that he's been through the fire. He deserves everything that is coming his way. I'm rooting for him, and I really hope that he becomes a Raider, because I'll be the first in line to get a jersey. I'm not going to lie to you, man. This guy is an excellent kid. Been through the ringer. Let me know what you think about him, and go check out that article from The Athletic, kind of telling his story. It's an excellent read. Go check it out, guys. You don't want to miss that one. And go check out planetraiders.com for the full article and the breakdown as well. But with that, guys, that is day 22 of the 30 days, 30 prospects. Ray Davis out of Kentucky. And I'll catch you guys on the next one. Peace.
Have they ever seen another like me living giant type step in your house and put my head on your ceiling? Climbed out of the bottomless pit to let the truth slip and slide off my tongue and swine dive off my lips. No longer holding on, I'm tired of applying the grip. Forget the fancy shiny rappers, I'm supplying the gifts. I feel it's only right to tell you that